Hey, it's Annie, day 13, coming to you from my beautiful backyard. Today is going to be a potpourri of random tips about socials, best practices, things to do, things to make your socials even better and more impactful. First of all, booking socials. Great tip from my friend and fellow founding member, Christine Gardner. Book way in advance. Like, you should be booking now for October. Why? Because everybody is always busy. Everybody's so busy. So when you're trying to pick a date, I don't know. But who has plans in October? Nobody yet. So you just say, can we do October 11th? And they say, oh, yeah, it looks open. You say, let's book it now. And if we have to, reschedule as it gets closer. But at least you have a date on the calendar. And if you have to regroup, you have to regroup. I would also, if you are so lucky to be able to, try to overbook because cancellations do happen and then you're not stressed. Another reason to book in advance is you're not stressed. You would look at your calendar for October and you're like psyched that you have good activity. So once you have the social booked, another nice tip that I like to have is to help the hostess make sure people get there. Is I always like to screenshot the invitation and then just crop it and have it as a picture on the phone. And this way she can text people, because I know where I live everyone's very last minute, so she can just text the invitation even that morning and just say hope to see you, the kids are welcome, or bring a friend or whatever. And that's a really good way to remind people to get there. Trying to think what else. Try to talk to her if you can about her friends who's coming, what products you think that they might be interested in or she would think they'd be interested in. A lot of times I hear, oh my gosh, everybody's canceling at the last minute. I only have 2 or 3 people who can come. I always say, let's do it. Like, if I've invested the time, and I would much, consider it like a one-on-one, change your expectations and just be glad that you're going to get to do like 2 one-on-ones and have 2 new clients. But I usually say, unless it's a major conflict with you, to go forward and do it. Once you're at your social, if the hostess is into it and she's fun and you're feeling it, a lot of times I like to put the sugar scrub by the sink. And when people come in, you can greet them and say hi. And, if she's game for it, say, why don't you come over and wash your hands? You could have the hand wash there or try some of the sugar scrub. And that's a fun way to engage with people. I usually, once I get a sense that everybody's there, I say, I want to be respectful of everybody's time, because usually it's during the day and people have stuff to do. And I say, I just want to get started. And then I show the video. I don't know if I can watch the Everyone Counts video again, but that's an option. And there's also the second anniversary video that I really like. They're both behind the counter. And so I show those. It's a good way to sort of focus everybody on you, because women like to chit chat. Show the video, and then usually I tend to say, I bet there are a lot of things in there that you didn't know. And most people are shocked about what they see and hear there. Hang on, airplane. Sorry. So most people, and that sort of leads into, for me, I usually tell my why then, which was that I thought, I was this healthy person that thought I knew what I was putting on my body was safe, and I didn't. I also then, for me, it organically leads into talking a little bit about the Never List and the Skin Deep app. There, Skin Deep. So I like to show people that too. It's sort of part of my why was that I have 3 daughters and we thought we were using Neutrogena and being safe, and those products weren't good. And how did we find out? We went on Skin Deep. So a lot of times when I do socials, people will download the app right there and start looking up their products, which is in most cases good. And then I just try to do a wrap up with, the 3 ways to get involved. Don't forget to sell the business opportunity. I generally say I love my job and I'm always looking for people to join me. So if you or anyone else might be interested. If I can, I like to set up the skincare products as more of the focus. I don't necessarily, depends on the crowd. Sometimes I'll bring counter time, sometimes essentials, sometimes both. Don't feel like you have to have every product there. You can sell from the lookbooks. I always put a lot of lookbooks out. If you don't have a product there, it's a great reason to follow up with somebody and say, you know what, I have my kids' counter at home, but I would love to either drop it off for you, or let's set up a time and I can bring it over and show you. And try to have the cosmetics more at like the checkout or a separate area, because really, as much as we all love them, your bread and butter and your reorders and the money you make is really going to be based on skincare. A lot of times too, when I'm checking people out, it's a good time to ask for referrals. it's got to be the right person. If you can tell they're in a rush and they don't really want to chat and they don't really get it, then I wouldn't. But if it's somebody, do you know anybody who would be interested in hearing about Beautycounter? This is a referral business, and I'm always looking for referrals, and I'm always appreciative of a referral. It's a good time to see if they would be up for hosting a social, especially if it's somebody you can see is struggling. It's like, oh, I really want to get the whole counter time set, but it's so expensive. Definitely suggest that they can host a social and get products at half price and now free. If somebody doesn't buy anything, which is totally fine, I try to make sure to send them home with my business card with the never list and just encourage them to look at the products that they're using. Also, I like to bring a gift from me for the hostess, so I usually bring a pouch, or depending if it's a repeat hostess, then a lip balm, but a little something just from you is nice. Definitely during your little talk, it's nice to always thank the hostess and mention that what she's getting for hosting, because that may incentivize other people to want to host. Kids need to go back to school. When the social's over, and hopefully it goes really well, I always like to leave with a wish list from the hostess, and I don't, everything. I tell her, put everything you think you're going to want. So that's good to have. Even if she can't get everything that day, then you can certainly, it's a good reason to follow up. Like, let's say that product goes on sale, or, there's some special offer. It's good to have that information. I'm trying to think what else. Social's over. The next day, if I can be on the ball, I like to write a handwritten on my Beautycounter stationery thank you note to every guest. Because ideally what you want to do is make them feel like they've become your clients. So just like, if you make a big purchase at Nordstrom or Bloomingdale's, sometimes you'll get a handwritten note. It's super nice. Simply a thank you. That's it. So I would just say, dear Susie, it was so nice to meet you at Rose's house the other day. Thank you so much for your Beautycounter purchase. Hope you love your goodies. They should be to you soon. Thanks again, Annie. That's it. Like, short, sweet. Just bang them out. Put them in the mail. Then I put a note in my calendar to follow up 2 weeks later, and that's when I'll email, text, call with the request to follow up. So, hope you're loving your products. If you want to try anything else, let me know. I have a loaner kit, happy to drop off to you. If there's anything else you want to order, blah, blah, blah. That's where you want to go back in for the kill. Something else. Oh, if I hit it off with the person at as a social, I'll Facebook friend request them. I mean, you don't want to be a stalker, but if it's somebody you feel like you had a good connection with, definitely do that. They're going to shop with you because they feel like they have a connection with you, so why not try to reinforce that? And again, if you think they're up for it, if they accept your friend request, then add them to your group. It's another way to connect with them. I think those are all my hot tips. If you have great social tips, please, please, please post below, because we'll all learn from each other, and most of these tips I got from other consultants. So that's it. See you tomorrow. Bye.